Okay, as I wait for the stripe man to come back, I decided I'd correct the trim height on the car, and I've got the control arms out. And what I like to do is put a coil spacer, a rubber stool that exactly conforms to the spring. Just a little thin guy, he's maybe an inch thick. And you put that right down in that pocket where the spring's clocked and the lower control arm, and set that baby in his resting spot up there, and by golly, you're rocking and standing tall and proud. And I do this on all my G bodies. You can see the stripes. It isn't easy to load these and compress the springs. I do use a tool for that. It doesn't work that well, but I pop the thread right out of the core of that baby, trying to compact that spring once it's properly clocked. And what I find is the best way to do this is just lay the weight of the car on it and use like a transmission jack, such as the one I'm using here with a foot pedal. And then once that spring's on that control arm, you can get it up in there and clock it, and you're all set. And that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so there's what's happening. Here's the victim. And I'll be reassembling now. That's today's video. Okay, and the end result here, if you can even see this down in that pocket, between that coil, you probably can't, is that spacer bar way down there. There he is. And that just fits snug as a bug right around that coil spring, and you be sure you got the spring clocked, and that hard rubber spacer is broken, so you can sink it in the well of the control arm here, if you will. And it's just gets the trim nice where you like it, and everything's great in that regard. Now, some would go freaking out and putting bushings and control arms and stuff. I haven't had any issue here. So I never touch that. I'll monkey with that. So there's that project done. On to the next thing. I like that trim. A little high back there, but like I said, he's going to fall another 3/4. A solid half for certain. Those little spacers, they're not cheating. You don't lose ride. They're the way to go to me. I like the height. Some will argue this is supposed to be higher on the passenger side, the trim height and whatever. I don't know. It's like a rivet counter. I don't suppose I really care. But really, in effect, this could be video 3 of the car, because basically I got it. Were I to do it again, what's the game changer here? I hope that wind's not too bad. T-tops. I'm not a T-top fan. I've never had them. I didn't know much of them, except of course seen them like all of you have. But were I to do it again, nope. A lot of work. That was a game changer. I didn't know what I was getting into, and nothing unimaginable, as the video 1 and 2 show in that regard. Everything worked out just fine. They're great. Nice new seals, and all the moldings that break everything are all intact, and everything's fine. Needs a polish. I haven't polished it since it's been painted. It's rather dusty, but the graphics they did go on, and aside of that that issue with, the guy's getting to be an expert now that's really about the only other obstacle that I had. And man, do they lay that chip guard! Oh God, it's so nice. Way to go, Mako! The broken record. Just you couldn't have got it better. Okay, and another light. We can again look at that trim. Everybody's got an opinion, and that's the funnest part of any project. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Some take offense to different opinions. I don't. I'm too disinterested to give a shit, I guess. But you know, why can't it be we all just like cars? I don't have any problem with that. Whatever the opinion, and that's me. So again, you know, these will settle in, and man, am I happy with those stripes. I don't know how the hell he did it, but where the crown or the taper of the door is midway, that's smooth paint, and then about what's that smooth part for about 5/8 of an inch, and then it turns to chip guard. And according to the HOCA officials, I talked to the gentleman. Behind the front fender here, there is no chip guard. And boy, was that a sore topic. I mean, when they were painting it, why? Give me one dumb reason. That's ground zero. Why wouldn't you want it chip guarded there? And I think I'd said that to the gentleman at HOCA. Pretty high up guy. And he said, listen, I don't know, but every time I go to a show and there's 50 Hurst Olds, each one of the 50 are not the same. You asked me how it was done. I gave you the answer. I don't want to debate. I'm just telling you that's what the way that it is. And all right, you know, that got my attention. And you know, I can always go back. I don't believe the gentleman's incorrect. By the way, I do have that antenna and bypass. It works wonderfully. And I'll take him at face value. I'm sure he's right. And that's what I opted to do. But man, I'm loving this more and more. It is quite the endeavor to do that. You know, especially in the front. I do have 1-inch pocket coil spring spacers. They're made out of an aircraft aluminum. They go atop of the coil and seat right in the upper shackle in the body on the rear coils to give me that extra. I'm pushing it an inch. And again, I showed you the rubber spacers on the front. So if you haven't done it before, I don't recommend you try it. If you don't have a lift, I don't recommend you trying it. Even with the vehicle's weight bearing down with the spacer in there, you'll push the vehicle right off up in the air. And this man almost lost his car on the lift. And boy, there's a testimonial. It's really a two-man job, and you know, I use the floor jack to work on my cars for most of my day, and I have the luxury now of a hoist, but I can't imagine. I mean, I'm an old man now, but I can't imagine doing that without a hoist. That's quite the deal. I actually got some gigantic C-clamps, some 12-inch C-clamps, and C-clamped the arm on the hoist to the actual frame of the car. When I was pushing up the load on the wheel here to close in the control arm to the body frame and shackle it down with the bolts, you'll push the car right up. I mean, it's under such force. An assembly line is an amazing thing to me. Man, come on, even these graphics. I mean, you know, I might have the stones to try them now, watching it having been done 3 times, but how they get it straight and it goes down the line like that with all the body lines and everything, that's pretty amazing. That's a testimony. I'm impressed. A lot of people like the car without the graphics, but that's the way it was built. So I'm gonna go with the graphics, or keep the graphics, the striping, in other words. It's a vinyl graphic. I think they should have put something on the sail panel up here. Looks pretty naked. But being there wasn't, it won't have it. So before this one gets stashed in the old barn, I guess this is video 3, and number 4 will be engine and everything all in some sense of finality. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment and tell me what you think. There it is. I'm Tom C.